What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And this one I want to talk about a very important level to be watching for on SPY and also the overall market. Let me just mention that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire community as a whole. Anyways, let's talk about what's happening to the markets. Looking at SPY, we saw this thing actually dropping quite a bit for the last couple of days. And today we saw SPY dip all the way down to this 518 support. It came very, very close to this level. I mentioned that if we lost 520, this thing would dip even more. Now, I was anticipating that the market would see a bounce thanks to PCE being decent, but the market ended up not doing that. We actually dipped a little bit more firsthand. However, there is something that is favoring the bulls right now, and that's the fact that SPY is getting bought back up at the end of the day. We're actually back in the green as of right now, and I've calculated that we need to hold 521. If we could close above 521 for today, and even hold it for the first couple of days next week, this thing is going to most likely bounce back up and start filling some of these gaps. If it fails, if we get a close below 521, or if we even continue to lose this range right here in the low 520s, we're going to continue to fall, and we have this gap all the way down here to fill right over here at 512. So, in my opinion, yes, we did dip. We did get this little dip, this nice little liquidity grab, but it's possible, okay? It's possible that the reason why they caused this dip, one more final dip, is because they could be getting ready for a move in the opposite direction. Okay. Am I going to promise that? I can't promise that quite yet. I can't say that for sure we're just going to do this and that's the reason why we dipped. I'm not going to say it quite yet. What I will tell you is that it's a strong possibility if we end up holding key supports and we continue to see buyers defend. So yes, SPY did dip, but the buyers are still present. They actually pushed SPY from 518 up to 522.5. That's over 4 points that SPY bounced. We bounced 4 points already, and we're starting to see more buyers defending. So there is a good chance we could get a bounce next week as long as we hold above 521. I want to make that very, very clear. So we'll see how things go. So far, there is potential for that notion. So I'm going to be very unbiased just to kind of let you guys know. Wait and see where we end up closing and see how well we hold up. There is potential for more upside. For Nvidia, I'm going to actually pull up the 4-hour time frame. So the bad news for Nvidia was the fact that we did end up kind of sinking below our 20 EMA. Did we end up filling the gap? We came very close to doing so. And now that that happened, Nvidia is trying to make its way back above its 20 EMA. If we close above the 20 EMA in the 4-hour time frame, Nvidia could rebound and try to push higher. If we end up losing it, we're going to continue to sink down, and we could be retesting, the lower levels like 1067. Now, we could be forming a bull flag on Nvidia. It is possible that is what's about to develop. So we'll wait and see if we can try to close above 1092 and get that bounce. For Tesla, Tesla's not looking that great, but it's not necessarily in a very, very bad position. So what I mean by that is we did dip quite a bit on Tesla. We got this nice little drop after the whole news about them having a recall. Let me clarify that it's not an official, typical automobile recall that's going on. It's more like they just have to do an over-the-air software update to fix some issues. So it has a very, very different meaning. So don't really fall for all those headlines which caused Tesla to dip. My main notion is that as far as Tesla goes, we still held 173. I told you if we lost 173, I would turn a little bit more concerned if we closed below that or lost 173. Today, we actually held in above the 173s and we got bought back up again. So it's still range bound. That's the boring thing about Tesla. 173 to 180. It's been going back and forth for many, many weeks, and we're still doing that. So nothing too crazy is going on. For Bitcoin, we have the support at 67,000. If we do rebound from here, I'll be watching 68,000 as resistance. And we have support at 66,000. We are holding support right here, forming a double bottom. So we could see a little rebound possibly to about 68,000 on Bitcoin. For the QQQ, we did dip quite a bit. We came all the way down to the support at 443. The thing about this little dip on the QQQ is we pumped 4.5 points since then. So there could be a turn trying to form, especially as we go into next week. Let's see if we can try to reclaim 450. If we do so, there is potential for this thing to run again. If we fail to do so, then we're going to reject. But there is potential, for QQQ to try to continue to push. For Aapl, we did dip quite a bit. Now we're just kind of chopping around. We've supported 190.5 resistance at 192. It's been going back and forth, not really doing a whole lot. So we'll have to see how things end up going. For Supermicro, Supermicro is still looking kind of bearish, continuing to fall, but our support is currently at this 760 area, and we've been holding this actually for quite some time. If we rebound here, we're going to be looking for a push to about a retest of 780 then 800. So we'll have to see how things end up going. And I want to be very, very honest about how this is looking in my personal opinion. There's also some other factors out there, such as Amazon. Amazon's still looking kind of weak, but the support to be watching for is right here around this 173.8 area, not to mention other levels. So we'll have to see how things end up holding up. For Meta, we're also dipping a bit on Meta. We came all the way down to the target. I said we're going to be looking at the 455 area. This gap was at 453. We came a little short of that. Now we're getting bought back up. So we will see if Meta could try to reclaim 462 at least for next week. With that being said, guys, as for the markets, we are building some strength. If you look at SPY, we pumped 4.5 points since we hit 518. So as long as we hold around these levels, as long as we hold above 521, there is potential for a bounce next week. We're starting to build some momentum, and this dump could have just been a liquidity grab. Now, if we lose 521 next week, we close below it on one of the days, that's going to be a bearish signal. Yes, SPY could be dipping, but so far it is showing a lot of strength. It's showing life, and there is upside potential in my personal opinion. Okay, so that's my view, excuse me, of the markets. Wait and see how we end up closing, and make sure you watch some critical support. The market is just all over the place, but for once, we're actually building a big shift in the trend that could be developing. All right, so I'm trying to be unbiased, guys. I'm not saying that this will happen. I'm just saying that if we hold a particular support, there's a good chance that it will happen. There's a high probability. So we will see how this goes, and if the bounce will happen, there is still potential, in my personal opinion. All right, so thank you for listening. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you guys very soon on the next one. Thank you, and peace out.